Hello.
Hello, welcome on board to the Playroom.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I was actually just checking. Happy New Year.
Many happy returns, my dear. I hope all is well.
All is well, thank you. How's everything on your end?
Everything is fine. I'm just juggling, work and all, protecting yourself because of COVID and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, really. Yeah.
Okay. And then let people know where you actually are right now.
Oh, okay. So I'm speaking all the way from Accra, Ghana. In the West, yeah. It is located in West Africa. Ghana is located in West Africa.
Wow, you're the first person that is on this Playroom from Ghana, so you're welcome.
Really? Thank you. That means a lot. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anytime. We met on Clubhouse, and it's amazing how that platform has opened doors to just create room for networking,
Exactly. Because me personally, Clubhouse is one powerhouse full of connections, networking, and I'm so grateful for everybody I've met so far on the platform, definitely including you.
Thank you so much. Wow, it's really, really good to even see how, it connects and you're still able to reach out to people even though they're far away. It doesn't really change. It's really about what you do and what you've been able to cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What really even thrilled me most about you was that, you've been able to do marketing from another completely different degree. When you think about what you've been able to impact your society with what you do. So I definitely want to know more about your story. And, you can take the floor so that we can get to, open up discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. Well, the name is Kweasibea, a young lady that comes from the Greater Accra region of Ghana. In fact, my story has been all sorts, from finishing my undergraduate studies, which I majored in psychology, to fast forward during my master's in marketing, and then zooming on straight to do my own thing. That's taking up the entrepreneurship journey, which we all know is not an easy one, but hey, I think so far it's been worth it. Aside mentioning entrepreneurship, where of course we're all working for money, I decided to, venture into a non-profit as well. And this non-profit is called Future Ladies, which I actually hold so dear to my heart, because in there you can meet people, impact their lives. And the good thing with that is you're not just impacting their lives through reaching out, giving them gifts, talking to them, but it's more of setting up projects that are run over a period of time. Regardless of whether or not we are there can always be something that people can follow up on, as in continuity, And that alone for me is not the highest degree of success, but at least getting there, because you're giving back to society, and they can quantify, not necessarily quantify it, but know that it's something substantial, to them and to the community as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's really, really good that you're able to see that from that point of view, creating impact even without you being there physically, because, there's a cause that's being treated. Wow.
Yeah. One other thing that I would like to also add on is the fact that I think a lot of people think when you talk of impacting, you need to be there, in person. You could just go there once, twice, of course, do follow-ups afterwards. But what is the most important thing is for you to set up systems, to set up, programs or projects where even when you are not around, people can still roll it out. That is continuity. That is sustainable development? If not really, then what impact are you making,
Exactly.
I mean, there's been challenges along the line. I remember when we started, there wasn't much funding. Everything was just me and maybe a couple of friends that would think they want to give out something. But the beautiful thing with what I've realized when it comes to impacting, most especially, is once you start, help will find you. It doesn't matter where you are on earth, and help will just find you. And it will, together with you and the good cause that you have, to propel everything to work better and better, if not better. Yeah.
That's really, really true, especially when you know that you're doing the right thing with the right intention. The right people come to support you because they also believe that you're the fire starter, you're the kickstarter, and without you starting, there's no funding. Without you starting, there's no progress. So it's bigger than physical stuff now, especially, during COVID, people have been impacting each other online. So there's a bigger outreach now. There's much more things to be done.
Exactly. And for instance, in our organization during COVID, when everybody was on lockdown, we kept asking, what can we do? And then the realization came, hey, there's social media. Hey, there's, there's the Zoom, there's the Instagram, there's the WhatsApp. You can start a group on it. When you put something on, someone might see it and see, I'm interested, I want to volunteer. You can volunteer even in your house. Sometimes it's just a word or two. Some people have the talent to speak and people listen. People are drawn to the way they speak. Probably, how you sound. Stuff like that. So everybody can make an impact. And one thing that I've realized in life is after everything is said and done, yes, of course, we all love money. Don't get it twisted. I love money. we all love money. And the most important thing is what will be said after you're long gone. Did you achieve your purpose? Was your purpose, discovered? How many lives did you impact? What the gift that God gave you to bring on earth? Did you materialize it? Some people call him God, others call him the supreme being, others call him Allah. Whatever it is you choose to call that supreme being that brought us here, have you accomplished his mission and purpose for your life? That's it for me.
Yeah. It's what you leave behind that causes an impact, because if they can't remember how you impacted them, they wouldn't remember what you did, because people forget quickly. Yeah. Even speaking about what you even mentioned with, online social media, just tell us a little bit about how, COVID has been in Ghana, because it hasn't really been, put on the news. So we can't really say what happened. So just give us a little breakdown.
Anyway, thank you for bringing this one up. So Ghana, I think the African community in a whole, with all due respect, didn't take this whole COVID thing seriously from the very beginning. Yes, of course, our government imposed lockdowns, but I'm talking of the individuals, in the country. A lot of people were complacent. Oh, this thing is not really killing us. Of course, in the beginning, everybody was scared. But after some time, they felt like, okay, people get sick and they recover, so we are fine. But guess what? The current situation in Ghana is nothing to write home about. People are dying. People are getting infected. Let me see. I know about 4 people that are infected, and 2 of them didn't have it easy at all. Okay? 1 has passed, 2 are recovering, and the other person has recovered. So I think this second wave has really, really hit us, and it is not looking funny at all. And I think that was because of how, irresponsible a lot of people were, because they wouldn't adhere to the social distancing. Or they do wear their nose masks, but when they get to a place where it's just family and friends or colleagues, that's my friend, so I can feel free and take off my nose mask. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean,
wow.
COVID is no respecter of persons
at all.
So I think now most of the hospitals are full. Everybody has realized they need to be a little, in fact, not a little, they need to be very, extremely, extremely careful. So at least we are there, but unfortunately, to those that got infected, we hope they get well soon. And with this new strain around, you can get infected when you're how many meters apart. That's even the scary part. So, me, for one, like this, I'm home. I just try not to go to work from home. There's a new project that's coming up with one of the telcos in the country, but we're still trying our best to do everything before we go to the communities because, we have to meet the people one-on-one. Of course, we will observe all the COVID protocols because it's more of a skills training program, okay? But yeah, that's where we are as a country, and they're even considering putting the whole country on lockdown.
When?
Which, as a third country, if that's supposed to happen, it kind of like distorts a lot of things. But hey, human life first, right?
Exactly. So, when do they plan on doing this?
So they just mentioned, I think a couple of days back, that they're seriously considering a lockdown. We haven't heard much about it again, but I don't know. We just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that that is not the case and people are getting better and the hospitals don't eventually get overwhelmed, because I feel like that's what they're trying to prevent. You know the situation in Africa. The hospitals aren't even enough. So if there's an influx of patients and they're overwhelmed, we'll be in serious trouble. So I'm sure that's what they're trying to prevent. Yeah.
Wow. I really hope and pray that you guys stay safe and this new variant doesn't get you, to a point where it loses another year, So if people are able to understand how severe this is to bring life back and to bring normality back, then they should take care.
Yeah, but how's the situation at your end, though? How's it so far?
Well, honestly speaking, it's not even something we can describe or tell, but it's being treated. People are taking it more seriously, especially now with the way things are going. People want to be safer. Some people are even saying that they're wearing 2 masks on, So it's just different stories you hear every day, but I think...
Yeah, but I forgot to add one. Sorry to cut you, but I forgot to add one thing. I don't know if you've ever had experience of this whole African, how do I even put it? Medicinal, how do I put it?
The herbal medicine?
Thank you, the herb, basically. So you know the neem trees and the lemon and they have some other leaves, so you have to boil it. So a lot of people are doing that now. So you literally boil it and then, how do I even say it in English? You boil it and it's basically, okay, so you cover your head, sort of. Of course, you don't dip your head into the hot water. But the steam from that enters you. You basically put a blanket over and it enters you. Apparently, it helps to a large extent. So there are a lot of people that are doing that. Some using it to serve as prophylaxis, others using it to serve as even like a preventive measure, aside wearing the nose mask, the face mask, and using the sanitizers and washing hands and all of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. People definitely need to try that because it's also about your immunity system. It's not just about COVID. It's about how have you been treating yourself before now.
Yeah.
And if you're able to understand that you are doing the right thing, taking your vitamins, drinking the right things, having a healthy diet, then it won't be severe as much as someone who has never picked up a treadmill or picked up, fruit. So those are things that people have to think about. It's not just COVID. It's about what are you doing with your own lifestyle.
Thank you. So me personally, I think in as much as COVID hit last year and it hit real bad, aside the lives that were lost, which is quite unfortunate, and may their souls rest in peace, I think it has actually taught us a whole lot to see life in a different perspective. That's to say, if we weren't seeing it like that already. Because it makes you see the need to take your exercises seriously, eat well, take your vitamins. For instance, in Africa, how many people even wash their hands before they eat? Not too many. In fact, not even 3/4 of the population. So now there's a need to, something that should be normal is now, trying to find its way in there. So I think even as much as it's been a bad experience, at least it's taught us some good, and hopefully they do take those things, and imbibe it in whatever they do going forward. Yeah.
I pray so too. Because now it's the simple things like covering your nose when you sneeze, things like that people just don't take for granted. Is something that now they're realizing, they used to take it for granted. And it's like simple things like that should show you how life is precious, and you should be so focused on, building you and your charisma and your character, that somebody else can emulate that because you went through a training. Yeah.
I think also looking at it from a different perspective, from the entrepreneurship perspective, or even, let me say, individuals in general, you realize that a lot of people now see the need to set aside some money. I mean, for most people, maybe you and I were already doing that, but most people weren't. So you'd realize that. Then again, I'll speak about Africa because this is where I am. A lot of people were found wanting when we're supposed to go into the first lockdown, because these are people that spend everything they earn. When it comes to saving, it doesn't matter whether you're making millions or you're making, just thousands or even hundreds. Saving is supposed to be an act. So you make up your mind that you're putting, let's say, 10% of how much you're earning, regardless of the amount, down, just in case of an emergency. At least there's something you can reach, for. So I think that in as much as it's been bad, it has taught us in different, with regards to health, with regards to work, entrepreneurship, whether you work for someone, it's taught us several things, including how to save money, how to live well, how to live healthy, and all of that. Yeah.
Wow. I really think that people need to go through this as, virtual workshops, or just, taking the news more seriously and reading in between the lines to know that this is something they need. And once they're able to push through, then it builds them for a better future. And even for your business as well. How has this affected you, and how has it improved the planning for the next year? This year, actually.
Yeah. So that's a good one. In fact, when COVID started, because nobody saw it coming, we were caught unaware. But like they say, in every good business structure, you should have alternative plans. So there and then it was like, what can we do at this point in time to make ends meet? Because the world is still not going to stop moving. Well, like, it's not going to stop. It won't come to a standstill because it's COVID. So we just improvised. We said, you know what? Why don't we start a virtual something? Okay, because I've never really been, I know this would be like a shocker, but I've never really been a social media person up until COVID. I'm like, you know what, we need to take this seriously. So we started, like marketing most of the things that we do online, and basically through our stories, nothing major. And even that one pulled in some really good deals, and then some really good, collaborations. For instance, this merger with regards to NGO, this merger that we're doing one of the telcos in the country, it was via social media. We did that. I think we went to a community to go talk to them briefly on like how serious COVID is, and for them to adhere to all the safety protocols. We gave out some nose masks, some soaps, and then I think sanitizers, and that was it. A Top Shot happened to see us, see what we're doing, and it's like, I like this cause. We can do something together. So, it hit us, but at the same time, we improvised. We said, let's hop on social media. And there we have it. I mean, we made some great connection, and then we're going to roll this program out. Fast forward, even in 2020, Clubhouse came. I jumped on it, and then here we are. You're interviewing me because we got to connect on there. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely a place I believe most people can tap in quickly, and send them to places without you having to advertise or, put a lot of effort. So it's just word of mouth and making sure that the message is sent home.
Yeah, and even going forward, we plan on doing a lot more of social media. So we want to really start posting, because we feel like if the stories are getting us things like this, then if we start posting actual, pictures and videos where people can always go reference with, then it'll be fireworks. So
yeah,
to that as well.
I'm looking forward to it too. Definitely to see what impact is being caused.
Thank you. Very soon, I'll let you know. Immediately we do that, hit you up real quick.
Okay, I really appreciate that. I really do. For this year, just let people know as well what your plans are. I know you've mentioned about the virtual workshops and the tours in terms of, spreading that online. But when you're looking at it from a realistic standpoint, what are your plans? Because, you planned knowing there's still COVID, but in case that now takes, a leap and that just disappears.
A different turn.
Exactly, a different turn. What's your comeback strategy?
Yeah, so assuming COVID disappears next month, I'll be so excited, extremely happy. And then, like I said earlier, because as a business, I feel like the best thing to do is to always have alternative plans. If A happens, what are you going to do? If B happens, what are you going to do? So we already have put in place what we're going to do should COVID disappear and when everything comes, everything is normalized and we need to go back to the, one-on-one person meeting, Basically, our plan would then be, of course, still go out into the communities and roll out our various projects. And to explain into details how we did that, we've already spoken to most of the people that matter in the various communities. This is with regards to the NGO in the various communities, to let them understand that, well, for now, we might start rolling out virtually, but should things normalize, we've sent out letters, everything we have to send. That's one thing everybody should know. Planning is key. We send everything out. So should COVID disappear, it will basically be okay, guys, we have letters waiting already, So worst case now, what we'll do is let's choose another date or let's reschedule, and we're good to go. With regards to actual work, I'm talking about, I'm done talking about the non-profits. For other businesses that we do that fetches us income, we've also spoken to our clients. We send them our various projections for the year, what we have for them. If they are interested, how we're going to negotiate and get deals, signed and sorted. So basically, I think it's planning and putting in place the necessary things you need to do, such that should the table turn at every given point in time, you're still sorted. Of course, it won't be as easy because now I think everybody is kind of, getting comfortable with the whole social media thing, online meetings, because now we do a lot of Zoom meetings. I don't know how fast that will change. So I feel like for clients that would want us to still maintain Zoom meetings or, do online, we're ready for them. And then for those that will also want us to do one-on-one in person, of course, after COVID, we're also ready for them. Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and it's something that I'm trying to, to picture, but I know that this is something that can definitely build an impact. And I know since you're using Clubhouse as a medium too, it's going to send the word much faster. Are people in Clubhouse from Ghana using it a lot now, or it's just slowly picking up?
I think quite a number of people have jumped on it. Because it's an invite-only app, you literally have to be invited before you get to be on it. So
yeah.
People have heard. A lot of people want to join. For someone like me, I didn't keep quiet about it because I feel like I can't enjoy all of these goodness. People need to hear about it.
Yeah.
So I kept telling friends, have you heard of Clubhouse? My sister, when I go to, I'm listening to it. They're like, kid, what are you listening to? I'm like, you're missing out. You're missing out. If you are on an iPhone, please. They're like, and my invites are out. I'm like, God, what do I do? So yeah, people have heard about it.
Yeah.
The only problem is most of them haven't received invites yet.
Oh.
Okay, but those that have jumped on it, yes, and are loving it. So far, by far, for my friends, I think they're loving it. Everybody's taking a whole lot from it. And I don't know if you've realized, between even last week and this week, a lot has changed. A lot has changed when it comes to Clubhouse. The numbers have increased by far.
Yeah.
So you realize that you signed about, let's say, less than 1,000 people, or maybe 1,000 and something people in the group. Right now, it's increased exponentially, and you're asking yourself, well, it means that it will be harder for people now. It's like more competition, basically, because you need to raise your hand. And I hear even all of that will change as time goes on. It will be the speakers giving preference to even people they follow. I don't know how true that is, but to whoever is listening, if you've heard of Clubhouse, please take advantage of it, because trust me, when it gets extremely saturated, yes, the impact will still be there. You will still hear all these wonderful people speak, but the point is, would you have the opportunity to speak as well? Because this is like, imagine there are 1 million people all listening to the same thing at the same time, and it's happening, maybe it's a 7-hour program. You know how the moderators keep changing, people need to speak because different time zones. How certain are you that you raise your hand, you'll be picked? Because I don't know that day. I'm sure you were listening. So you heard me say, see, I've been in a lot of groups. I raised my hand and I don't know. I never get picked. I think everybody wants to be picked. So that day when I raised my hand and I saw myself being added to like the moderators, I mean, in terms of asking questions, I was like, this is it. Let me just shoot my shot. Let me take it. And here we are.
Yeah.
So, guys, please jump on now. Don't wait until later. Jump on now. I'm not saying you wouldn't experience goodness later. No, but I mean, why wait till later when you can actually enjoy now?
Exactly.
You know? So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that will definitely be something that, will bring you up on the playroom again, maybe in the future when things are working out, to just, discuss much more, and we can, piggyback on what we talked about today. Just to know, how can people reach you if they wanted to connect with you? I know you're not on social media like that, but what's the best way they can reach out?
I've actually come on social media now. Like I told you, after COVID, I'm like, chick, you need to be on social media, because listen, it's a good networking ground. In as much as there are the bad sides, there are the good sides. And I think depending on how you see it, either half full or half empty. And I just see it half full. So I'm on. If anybody wants to reach out to me, my personal Instagram account is Kweasibea _ I know it's a mouthful, so let me spell it. KWEASIBEA _ And then for the NGO, the page is Future Ladies Foundation. You find it, Future Ladies. Just put in Future Ladies on Instagram and we'll pop up. Amazing things happening on that page. Please check it out. Check it out. You can volunteer from wherever you are in the world. Our arms are wide open. Yeah, so basically that's it. And then if you want any consultancy services on customer care, please do reach out to me. You can just send me an email on Kweasibea@gmail.com, KWEASIBEA. Or if you want anything, supplies or soaps to any part of the world, because we work on soaps as well. Like I produce this liquid soaps and then baths. Okay. They're really cool. So please check it out. Call me. Everybody, please make sure you get in touch, because I believe that together we can work magic.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining the Playroom. Today has been really, really interesting, especially being the first from Ghana. I'm looking forward to many more.
Woo! Wait, am I the first from Africa, though?
No, not from Africa.
Anyway, if I'm being the first from Ghana, I'm honored, and I'll definitely make the Ghanaians proud when they hear this conversation, and hopefully even on the next conversation. So thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. Like, all the best in everything you do, and I can't wait for us to have another session with a lot of good stuff and goodness spread all over the world. Yeah.
Yes,
thank you.
Most definitely. You're most welcome. It was a true honor, and I really appreciate it. Shout out to Clubhouse.
Yeah, shout out to Clubhouse, because without them, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah, so we'll be in touch.
Yes, right. We will. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
You guys heard it first. An amazing session. Go check her out. Check the NGO. And, stay on Clubhouse, because these things happen every week. So stay tuned, be blessed, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and mask up for sure. Peace out.